It's boring, it's boring. Maybe that's how they write Nickelback songs. You know, Stephen Hawking was half robot himself. Hi guys, this is Artie and this is a new edition of my super successful video blog, The Names. So, in the previous video I mentioned that artificial neural networks might replace people as a creative force in making music. Make sure to check that video out. And, you know, that got me thinking. How has technology changed music? So, what is the first thing that comes to mind when we think about the most important technological achievement in music in the previous century? There were electric guitars, synthesizers, and digital technologies. But what is one thing that we can't imagine modern musical background without? What is it? Sound recording, naturally. This is where what we called modern technology penetrated music. It started with the phonograph that worked by rotating a wax cylinder while a stylus etched the waveforms picked up by the horn into the cylinder. And that was the big bang of the music the way we know it. Vinyl, tapes, CDs, MP3, media players, analog recording, multi-track recording, digital recording, listening and making music became way more accessible. Nowadays, practically everyone has a recording studio on their laptop. And I'm not exaggerating, if you are a Mac user, you have one installed on your computer by default. Oh, hi! I didn't see you there. So now I'm gonna show you how to record music on your own at home. So it's gonna be great. So there you have it, guys. It took me only 5 minutes to record a masterpiece at home, and you can check the result out right now. Oh yeah! The internet allows independent musicians reach huge audiences. For example, via SoundCloud. If it wasn't for the SoundCloud, we wouldn't have heard about such artists as Blue Pump, Playboy Carti, 6ix9ine. Are you sure it's a good thing? And it goes even deeper than that. Technology reshaped music as a medium. What do you need to read a book? Well, you need to read a book. What do you need to enjoy a painting? Well, you need to look at the painting. It's right there. You don't need any other physical representation of a book or of a painting to enjoy them. And it is not the case with music. To enjoy a piece of music, it's not enough to just have it written down on a piece of paper. You have to hear it performed. And back in the day, there was no way to record those performances. Music wasn't fixed. And recordings changed all that. Music became fixed. It's boring, it's boring. I want to hear some real interesting stuff about VR and Japanese robots. What can we do with that fixed art form now? How can we apply technology to music? As I said in the previous video, non-humans can now make music. And Stephen Hawking once said about AI that every aspect of our lives will be transformed. In short, success in creating AI could be the biggest event on the history of our civilization. And that is really convincing because, you know, Stephen Hawking was half robot himself. Oh, that's bad. I'm sorry, that was bad. And music is no exception to that. Remember when I told you about the possibility of machines being able to write music on the same level as Johann Sebastian Bach? Well, we are now making giant steps toward it. Artificial systems have already learned to make music independently, without human help, using deep learning algorithms. The systems do a very deep analysis of music theory, and when the analysis is done, the only thing you need to do is to press the button. And voila! You have a masterpiece. Maybe that's how they write Nickelback songs. Another interesting thing is that maybe in a couple of decades our favorite musicians will not be real. We have already seen holograms of Tupac, Michael Jackson and Roy Orbison, but all of them are real people. Well, at least they used to be. Now there are musicians who are totally artificial. And I'm not talking about Imagine Dragons. For example, Hatsune Miku, one of Japan's biggest pop stars, is not a real person. But she didn't let that fact stand in her way of performing with real artists like Pharrell. There is now a direct line between a listener and a musician. Some musicians reward their listeners with limited edition pressings. But is there any sphere of human activity without cryptocurrencies involved? Well, if there is, it is certainly not music. DJ Grammatic is the first artist to tokenize himself. Fans who buy tokens using the cryptocurrency Ether can potentially share in his future revenue. What does it mean? Well, it can create a direct connection between the artist and the listener. If producers are able to send their music directly to the listeners, there won't be any necessity in piracy. Well, what does it leave us with? Let's imagine that it is the year of 1924 now. Beethoven just dropped his 9th symphony, and you want to go and listen to it, but you can't because you're a peasant and you don't have enough money to go and see the premiere. And you will not probably hear the symphony in the foreseeable future because there are no recordings of it. And there won't be for at least 100 years. Let's fast forward to 100 years. It is the year of 2024. Beethoven has just been brought back to life by neural networks. And he dropped his 10th symphony. You want to go and see it? What do? You put on your VR set that you bought for a couple of bucks. And you see the virtual Beethoven conduct the 10th symphony. It sounds like a complete nonsense now, but maybe, just maybe, the fairy tale can become a true story. So, this is my vision of the future of music. And what do you think about it? Will machines ever replace humans as a creative force in music? Will they be able to perform and write better music than humans? Leave your opinion in the comment section. So that's gonna do it for this episode. Leave a like if you liked the video, well, and subscribe, and click on the bell button, and subscribe to my friends on social media. And I'll see you next time.